Hello my friends, Darth Trooper here with a far overdue Path of Exile 2 review. Now I do have to preface this with saying that this video is being created before the massive 0.3 update dropping on August 29th. There are a lot of changes that are coming to the game, but this will be my review of the initial game and the changes pre-patch 0.3. So after countless hours of not just playing but dissecting every decision, every mechanic, and every change Grinding Gear Games has crafted, the time has finally come to deliver my unfiltered, uncompromised analysis of Path of Exile 2. Does it redefine the genre, or simply drown in its search for a new identity? This isn't just POE 1.5. It's a true sequel. Same ARPG heartbeat, you smash monsters, grab loot, and craft insane builds. The big shift is the skill system. In POE 1, skills lived in your gear sockets, and it was pretty complicated to get used to as a new player. In POE 2, support gems plug straight into each skill gem. That means less socket Tetris and more freedom to make your items actually good. Not just the ones with the right colors, or trying to get a 6-link on a piece of gear. There's very little gambling that goes on within the game as a whole. Combat is tighter, heavier, and slower. For better or worse. You feel every hit, the screen is clearer, and yes, there's a dodge roll along with WASD movement. So survival is about timing and positioning, not just big numbers. Progression still runs through a massive passive tree, but compared to the complex and punishing constellation that was the POE 1 skill tree, it's much easier to get in and experiment to create your perfect builds. The campaign isn't just a warm-up anymore. We currently have 3 chunky acts with real bosses and set pieces, with an evolved mapping endgame to chase. Visually, it's sharper and cleaner, better lighting, meaner monster designs, and skills that pop without turning the screen into soup. The bottom line: familiar POE brain, upgraded body, smarter systems, weightier combat, and more room to build the character you actually want. Now let's dive in a little deeper into my first impressions of some of the gameplay basics. Alright, so you start as an exile, do a quick breakout, and hit a tutorial that's way kinder than POE 1. The big dev pitch design was to use multiple skills together, not the one-button builds that a lot of us leaned on in POE 1. Cool on paper, but early on, the combat and balance didn't always support that plan. Slower, deliberate play felt punished, and the best attempts at true combos landed awkward. Players still found answers though, tight 1-2 skill rotations that felt like classic PoE. Then came fast nerfs, and I got clipped too. My monk's cast on freeze setup got hit right as I committed, and a full respec drained my entire stash. That kind of early tuning made a lot of folks hesitant to invest. By the end of Act 3 in normal, my monk was dying a ton with no obvious upgrade paths. Many bounced off here and went back to POE 1 or other games. I stuck in, dove into guides, fixed my gear, and made it to endgame. The loop is rough around the edges, but engaging. I pushed into higher maps, but to clear certain content and get key drops, I leaned on friends with stronger classes, such as my friend's Lightning Sorcerer, that did all the heavy lifting. That points to balance gaps that push co-op over solo progression. Now I still hit personal wins, like soloing some of the hardest maps like T16 Deliriums, but another late season monk nerf finally made me shelf the character. All that said, it's early access, patches are getting more responsive, and the core has real premise. With steady balance and iteration, POE 2 could absolutely land as the great ARPG. POE 2 lands its punches where it matters, getting you from 0 to my build actually works faster, making every choice feel deliberate. Combat has weight, a little wind up before a hit, a real dodge roll on tap, and a quick weapon swap that flips your entire loadout. Bosses even give you a stagger window so burst damage feels planned, not lucky. The world pulls its weight too. Zones are built like arenas. Tight funnels, open kill boxes, height for line of sight, hazards to play around, and the grim look that actually helps you read the fight. Audio backs it up with punchy hits, clearer threat sounds, and positional cues, while the music lifts big moments and gets out of the way. On the progression side, early nodes on the passive tree do more. Dual specialization lets hybrids breathe, and ascendancies give your build a real identity. But it's not all wins. Elites don't pop enough in a crowded pack, so threat checking takes longer than it should. Ground effects started muddy, and the on-death effects are still hard to parse. More contrast and shape language would save lives. Some outlier builds can also turn the screen into VFX soup. Most players won't live there, but when it happens, telegraphs drown. Early nerfs smacked creative builds and made respec sting, and class power gaps push you to lean on friends to clear content instead of playing solo if that's what you wanted to do. And the new pace with its commitment windows won't be for every POE1 speedrunner. POE2 looks and sounds fantastic. Fights feel smarter and progression wastes less time. Once we fix elites, visibility, danger readability, and the harshest tuning swings, this game goes from promising to top tier. Alright, so that's it. You've heard me. Now I want your take. What build actually sings to you? What visibility fix would help you the most? Drop it in the comments. If this breakdown hit the mark, tap like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.